Hello, everybody. Um, the Astro-gravitational report for July 30th. Talking about it, this is going to be a very good day for the people who work on themselves, people who learning situations. Talking about if you're waking up around 6 o'clock in the morning, the rising energies, they're going to be together with the sun. But later on at 1 o'clock, those particular energies, you have to work with them. There's going to be a very beautiful divine energies from the moon going to the sun, and the sun, it is in divine energies with Saturn. What does that mean to you? Saturn is a retrograde, send you back to review some of the lessons, to review something in back, to heal something in back, something that has to do with your authority within yourself, but also has to do with the intuition. In some of the cases, this could be a things about something from within you, about your mother, about your father, or something your mother and father they have to do. Is all correlated because the moon also has a very beautiful energies towards Venus, Mars, Mercury, talking about communications. Very beautiful energies if you're working with yourself. So at 6 o'clock, if you are going in there, you're waking up, midheaven, it's going to be at Aries, pretty much together with the North. You're going to be looking at this energy between Venus, who is retrograde, and Mercury, who is already in Virgo. Talking about this healing energy that it's going to be working for you to review your own situations. So that is going to be at 6 o'clock. Later on at 7 o'clock, midheaven is going to be together with Jupiter. You look in what you need to do and grow in the material life. That is a Jupiter, but Jupiter currently is also a square with the Sun. Some of the people are going to be using the authority of cutting things out, destroy things out, removes out, or the way of the energies could be within you is that you feel like everything comes towards you, like a crushing. But if you look at it and you're learning the lessons from all this, you've been learning that lessons, the divine intuition is going to be leading you to what you need to do. Because the moon is in a beautiful trine with the midheaven, and Jupiter is in a beautiful times with, as I said, with Venus and Mercury at the same time. Mars is going to be evolved in a little bit soon as the moon is going to be moved throughout the day, but that is going to be point out and set the pace for you to getting into those beautiful moments of learning. Talking about 8 o'clock, the ascendant is together with Venus and Mercury. Beautiful time of the rising energies, but midheaven is together with Uranus, which is sudden changes. You're going to be looking at those sudden changes that are going to be coming in. Who is talking to you? It is the divine authority and divine intuitions, and you learning from the mistakes in the back. When you put your authority, when you decide not to change, when you decide, you know what, I'm better to destroy the things until I work it through my issues, through my fears, through my situations. But now the energy is present here to help you with in yourself, you to transform to what it is. So that way you grow, you mature, and that's what the sun is at Leo is going to be helping you out as long as you work on you. The 9 o'clock and the 10 o'clock energies, they're going to be more mixed and match, but you're going to begin to feel this energy of the moon that it transitioning within Capricorn. You need to understand one thing. The pro is always looking from within itself that he needs to improve more. He doesn't know absolutely everything. And if you know that you don't understand everything or you don't know everything in there, don't worry about it. But keep evolving from within you. Beautiful time. It's going to be around, talking about at 11 o'clock, something very specific. There is going to be this beautiful kite that it's starting from the moon. It goes to your Jupiter, it goes into your Mars, and all meet at the midheaven at Cancer in the family. A lot of the things is you to learn how to be a professional growth within the family. You to grow a healthy family from within yourself. But using what? Using the divine masculine energies, which is Mars, has been practiced lately. You see this energy of masculinity, you see that energy that, I want things to be right. But also the growth has to be there. Mars is a trine with Jupiter. Usually that is the people who work on themselves to build themselves up as a man. But since all this is connecting with the Cancer, and currently all this is connecting with the Capricorn, it is about to solve the issue of work and family. But if you look at it within the current kite configurations, it brings all the work in the family at the same time. You doing this beautiful, beautiful time for yourself. So later on at 1 o'clock, as I said, midheaven is going to be at 6 degrees. The sun is at 7 degrees. There is a direct oppositions with Pluto. But the divine energies from the moon, they are going into Saturn. From Saturn, they are going to the ascendant, to the rising energies. It's the rising energies is telling you here is what you have to look inside. Here's what you need to work on it. You're going to have two choices, your ego or your divine. You can't have both. Or otherwise you have a spiritual ego inside of you that it's more bigger and destroying things from within yourself. Some of the people are going to find that from within. So later on at 3 o'clock, the energy between 2 and 3, the energy is going to be passing in through Lilith, Venus, Mercury. We're talking about those energies that are going to be opposing Saturn. People who have not learned their lessons to express themselves, which is Lilith hiding the things inside of the shadow. And then the issues comes out. Then you're learning how you're suffering from that. At the same time, all this is going to be triggering Venus. The separations between love is love, money is money. You can't mix love with money or money with love in there. It doesn't matter if you're masculine or feminine as a personality or whatever your case might be. Talking about that money is a money. Okay, but the love for the money begins to be toxic. And that's what some of the people can learn these lessons. Midheaven is going to be also passing into Mercury, talking about communications. But all those, we're talking about Lilith, we're talking about Venus, we're talking about Mercury, we're talking about midheaven, they're all gonna be opposing Saturn. Like nobody wants to learn this. Everyone wants to do their own things. While the moon, who is in divine aspects with the sun, is basically shining the light. It says like, this is not correct, this is not right. This is basically, if you look at it in a family situations, that will be like the father and the mother in divine connections. The father says like, you know what, I cannot deal with this. You're the mother, you go ahead and school them. And the mother, using the divine energies, is teaching the kids, passing the informations to the next generations. Could be the other way around as well. So talking about all this, positiveness can comes in between 4 and 5 o'clock. Midheaven, it's going to be at Libra. Things is going to be getting a little bit more balanced. Talking about 6 o'clock. Midheaven at 26 degrees is going to have divine energies with Neptune, but Neptune is already in divine energies with Venus. So we are talking about this balance going into the retrograde Neptune, who says like, let me give you the visions as I told you so before. Let's look at that love and money that is right now. Is that correct or not? So you can review that love and money. And then go all the way down to Pluto retrograde, who says like, I'm going to send you back to go ahead and reevaluate yourself and look at it in more professional view of your own self so you can change. But Pluto is trining with Uranus. Sudden changes has to be made. So the lessons cannot be repeated or learned. Otherwise, you're going to be repeating the lessons of life. So at 7 and 8 o'clock, midheaven is transitioning through Scorpio. At 8 o'clock is more interesting, it's more intense because this energy is going to be opposing Uranus and it's going to be squaring Venus and Mercury. Usually during these moments, it is about when you are negative, you're talking communications from within yourself. You don't like when somebody's talking to you negative about you. How do you take it? If somebody tries to help you and they tell you your faults, you may take it personally and then you're not doing the work. You're looking at the inside of you. But if you take this energy and it's like, okay, let me see, what they may be saying something, and you're gonna find that the midheaven, it is beautiful trine with Neptune. You send you back, and there's divine energies that Neptune has into the authority. You look at it from different perspective. Midheaven is sextile with Pluto. Transformations that should have been done back in the days. Now it's coming up again as an issue. And now when you stop taking the things personally, you evolve and learn. Beautiful time for a growth. Why? The moon has no negative aspects, first of all. And the second of all, the moon is a trine with Mars. Mars is a trine with Jupiter. So Jupiter is trine with the moon. Talking about these combined intuitions, masculine warrior, you to win this fight from within you and you to grow. But where? Through actions that they are going to be performed into the material world. So 9 o'clock midheaven, it goes into Sag. That's going to be the inner work. The rising energies is in Aquarius, opposing Lilith, Venus, and Mercury. The rebellion. People who cannot change, what do? They rebel against it. People who does not like that other people then change, they rebel against it. Careful with that rebellion. Sometimes you have to go ahead and look at it of different perspective with all this. And the perspective is what? Growth. Midheavens, divine energies with Jupiter. And right now, since the moon, Mars, and Jupiter are together, that's giving you divine guidance of how you can handle all this. So at 10 o'clock, things are coming down. They're going to be very beautiful. At the same time, midheaven is in divine energies, this time with Uranus. That is the sudden changes on an order. You change, divines change. Divine change, you change. But if you don't change, you get it, right? So at 11 o'clock, the energy is going to be a very beautiful. Midheaven and the moon, they're supporting these trines towards Mars, towards Jupiter in there. And at the same time, it's going to be also giving a little bit of feedback to Mercury and Uranus. Talking about divine talks, talking about the sudden changes, talking about you to become the pro. You're learning more and more, and you're understanding. The more you learn, the more you understand. There is a lot more to learn, and how much you still have to improve inside of yourself. Guys, thank you so much for watching this report. Hopefully this report is helping you somehow in your life. If there is anything and concerns, please comments down below. And guys, thank you so much for listening to this report, and come back tomorrow for another report.